Welcome to Tales from the Flipside, bringing you another episode of Deal or Flipside. Let me go ahead and start our quick intro video, and then we'll go ahead and get right into the game. How's everyone doing? Go ahead and introduce the panel. Let's go ahead and start with RH1 Future. What's up?
Yeah, what's up, baby? My job is to jump on other people's YouTube channels and troll the shit out of them and dismiss any spec they may have. So you all better be on the lookout for RH1 Future, baby. Ain't no playing around. Ain't no playing.
That spec is shit. Let me use it. Let me use it for that.
So make sure to use the code Flips. Oh, I don't have to say that anymore.
Oh no code there.
No longer beholden.
What's good, Marcinot? Have you found anything good?
Yeah. I should be doing a video tomorrow morning. I found some real good shit. Some excellent stuff.
Nice.
What's happening? I'm Sean. Big leg. Tales from Flipside Monday, whatnot, whenever, and same shit on Instagram.
Dude, that's honestly what my whatnot schedule's been this week and last week. Just kind of like whenever I have time.
Yeah, I've been going Mondays at 3. Every Monday at 3, I'm gonna run for an hour. If you see anybody see 612 Con, we're running 6 shows on Monday. Everybody rocks an hour. So if you're on whatnot, you see 612. I lead it off at 3:00 PST in the afternoon, leading into a little bit later Tales from Flipside, and a bunch of other cool people. So
it should be called 621 because like Phil ends at 1.
6. Let me see. When was this? I don't know. Maybe we looked it up and it was a bad area code or something. I don't remember. 612, 6 to 12. The first one starts at 6, last one starts at 12, and that's all Eastern. I'm at 3, so I'm all messed up. But whatever.
It works. I mean, it's catchy. I mean, I'm just glad it wasn't 512 because then that would have everyone thought you were from Texas and in Austin or something.
Yeah. 612 has actually, I think, Minneapolis. Okay.
That works. That works as well.
All right. I got a brother-in-law lives over there. Whatever.
Nice. All right, so we'll go ahead and get back into our game of Deal or Flipside. All the panelists have signs. They have no idea what books I'm going to bring to the table for comparison, other than that it's going to be nothing but Bronze and Copper Age. So I'll throw up the books for comparison, and then we'll discuss, and then, yeah.
Sounds good. As long as we're not doing foreign statues, I'm good.
Yeah, no foreign statues, no shoes or anything like that. Nothing crazy like that. Yeah. Alrighty.
Well, we can do shoes, just not foreign statues.
All right. I'll keep that in mind. All right, so for our first comparison, I have a Secret Wars number 8 CGC 9.4 that sold for $295 versus a Uncanny X-Men 282 CGC 9.8, which looks like it's a first print, both direct versions, and the 282 sold for $296. I'll let y'all think about it for a second. Let the audience kind of take a gander, and then
That's tough.
Is it a tough decision? I mean, Origin as a symbiote versus the first appearance of Bishop. I mean, I guess everyone could put an asterisk on that, but I mean, I would consider 280. I'm not trying to start that debate, but I would consider 282 a first full appearance.
Yeah, he's on the cover.
He's on the cover, and he has the full panel on the last page.
It's the first. Yeah, it's a first full appearance.
Yeah.
All right, hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, let's go with Sean and Mercenot because it sounds like they have both quite a bit to say on either or, and also
I like
football.
both. Normally, I go 9-8. In general, I think Secret Wars 8 is liquid. It's gonna keep going up. I mean, it was a $200 9-8 a year and a half ago. You know, I know a lot of prices jump, but I think with Secret Wars basically coming, this is gonna be that black suit or being one of the first appearances of it is going to be great. I like Bishop as a character. I'm not that familiar with exactly. I remember a few years ago he was strong in the Uncanny X-Force run, the Marvel Now version of that, and I mean, and it was fine. He was he did, if you're talking movies or whatever, he was in which one, I forget which one he was in because I tend to forget the names, but
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past, right, which was actually a pretty good movie. They didn't have that super solid role for the dude. I like the book. This is just rare, this being that Spidey suit. Secret Wars, all the Secret War books going up, this book going up, pretty much the most exponential of all of them. I don't hate either book whatsoever, but it's rare occasion. I think I'm going to go 9-4. I think it'll just be liquid forever.
Okay, I'm going to assume that the 9-4 isn't pressable, and it's just going to stay at 9-4. That being said, I just can't see paying that because I'm cheap. So I can't see paying that much for a 9-4. 9 times out of 10, it's ticked up along that spine, and for that, and for it to be that grade, it would have to be like, I don't know, like maybe 150 or something like that. You know what I mean? Because that to me is that's not. I don't care about the grade when it's a 9-4. A 9-8 is so. I don't think any book I ever have is a 9-8. Even when it grades out at a 9-8, it's like shocking to me. So I gotta go with the 9-8. And as far as the Secret Wars goes, I love that book. I was at a show a few weeks ago and I passed up on one for like a little over $100, and I'm kind of kicking myself over that. So, but either one's great. Either one's great. It's just that 9-8. It just kind of tips just a little bit. That 9-8. It's just that helps a lot. But like if that were a 9-6, I'd say hell no.
Mm.
If that X-Men 282 were a 9-6, absolutely not. But since it's a 9-8, let's go with the 9-8.
Would it change anyone's mind if either one or if both were a newsstand, or would that matter to anyone?
Ooh,
and then we'll throw out the Canadian price variant for the Secret Wars, just so we'll just throw that out. But if both were newsstands, we'll just
Canadian should be worth less. I don't care what anybody says. Sorry, Canada. We had to make sure that it wasn't the Canadian crap when we were kids. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Probably a little more. Definitely a newsstand. I think the 282 is probably at least 4 or 5 years older, so probably a little tougher in newsstand than the Secret Wars. Tougher to find anyway, depending on the grade. So that could be a decent. I don't know. The 282 is probably harder to find in a newsstand 9-8 than Secret Wars 8 9-4 at a newsstand. So I don't know. I'm closer to a top toss up rather than making a decision like I did before.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you, Sean. Like, I definitely remember when Secret Wars, like, I think I bought a 9.6 for $100, like when it was like on the low end, and then before that, I had purchased the 9.2 for, I want to say like $60 when like raw copies were about the $60 to $70 range. which is now the like triple signed double remarked 9.6 I have now, which I'm not complaining about. Like whenever I hit that 9.6, I was like, oh, this used to be a 9.2. There's no way I'm gonna keep on trying to press it and pushing my luck for it anymore. But yeah, personally, I would go with the 282 also because I think there's still a lot more room for X-Men books. I mean, I know Secret Wars is going to remain liquid no matter what, but yeah, I think I would rather just like keep on trying to stack more X-Men stuff as the MCU keeps on going and people care less about X-Men. If that kind of makes sense. Like, I know like prices are a bit high right now, but I could see them going even higher.
When I look at both of these books, I mean, the Secret Wars 8 is not just an iconic book. It's a fucking important book. It's a fucking game changer, man. I mean, it's not just first appearance of the symbiote. I mean, that book changed the game, man. Like that 282, I'm not going to hate on a first appearance of a character. That's a fucking ugly cover. You know what I mean? That's an ugly cover. They made Bishop look like Sho'nuff from The Last Dragon, dude. Like I hate that cover.
So you're a bigger fan of the 283 cover? I'm just joking.
Oh God. I just think that book, you can't compare it because of the importance of Secret Wars 8. I mean, it's just, you can't compare it. And like $295 a year from now is probably going to be a good deal. I mean, and Sean's right. These Secret Wars books, they're liquid, and we haven't even seen. Just wait till we get a fucking movie, Secret Wars, and then see what this book is.
That's true.
Yeah, I've been buying whatever Secret Wars I find cheap, or what I consider cheap, which obviously isn't going to be number 8. The 1 and 3 obviously keep moving more and more, but yeah, just whatever issues, just grab them. That's what I've been doing, and especially if you think they're near mint. But finding them in the wild near mint hasn't been easy lately. I'll tell you that.
All right, before we move on, the audience scored Secret Wars number 8 at a 9.4 at 69%, and 30% chose the X-Men 282. All right, moving on. How about Eternals number 1 CGC 9.6 that sold for 310 versus Savage She-Hulk number 1 that sold for at a CGC 9.2 that sold for 319.
Jesus Christ, who's still buying that book, bro?
Hey, this was December 26th. It was someone's Christmas.
Somebody tackle him, dude. Jesus
somebody
Christ,
wasted their
man.
Christmas money.
Jesus Christ, buy crack, dude. Don't buy that.
Wow. Tales from the Flipside does not endorse the buying of.
Yeah,
no, I'm just
no.
joking.
You know what I mean.
I know. Buy cardboard crack for me instead.
Cardboard crack, yeah.
Is this like going to be a unanimous decision? I can't.
We'll see.
I can't,
Let's see.
Okay. I kind of see it in everyone's eyes already.
Let's see.
All right.
Let's see.
Hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, God damn it.
You're gonna go with Eternals? Let's go with Red Hood and.
Oh no, not Eternals. I'm sorry.
Okay. Let's go with Red Hood and Sean.
Oh no, come on.
Wait. Oh, I did it wrong.
Okay, so it wasn't unanimous. It wasn't
I have
unanimous.
no idea. I was looking at the top again like I did last time.
Oh no, somehow, some way Sean would have beat me if he put up
They
the
don't say dealer
argument.
flip side anymore. I got the old ones.
Well,
printed.
I was kind of surprised that that someone decided
man.
I'm gonna buy Eternals, but I mean I'm not even gonna put a poll up for this. But the only reason why I kind of put this up there was like before the movie we saw prices spike up, blah blah blah, and even before that preview, I want to say like 8.5s were around that price, and then to see a 9.6 still sell for like $300, like I don't want to say it was tempting. Like, if I was bidding on this, that was tempting. But like, it's that seems like a low price, even if they plan to continue with more stuff from Eternals. It's the only kind of
You
point
want to
I
know
was.
what the bad thing about it? Somebody that won that auction probably thinks they got a good deal. They're all, fuck yeah, got it for 300.
I mean, to be honest, it's not a horrible deal. It's not. There's a lot of them out there. I find it in bins for years. Like I'm not telling you that's where I'm spending $300.
Ooh,
I'm just telling you if you're a Marvel collector and that makes you happy, I think an Eternals 196 will make you happy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
if you
I guess
there's
like
spec
it,
on the there's spec on the characters. I mean,
yeah.
I dumped. I mean, I can't lie. I was buying for too long, held for too long. Didn't grade what I thought would need to be graded, and I literally ran in a Eternals whatnot auction like the day the movie dropped or the day before. I was just, I'm not waiting, dude. Whatever I can get for this. I mean, I'm talking doubles of like everything, including number ones, and it did just fine. I had some nice high grade stuff, and for not having graded any of it, it was fine. I definitely, probably tripled my buy-in at least
Yeah.
on any of that stuff, and I got to tell you, I always buy the $5 Eternals in the back bins, and I was like, someday, and it did work out. And I don't mean on that whatnot auction, because I did sell when the announcement came, 3 years ago, I want to say 4. Like I was throwing them on eBay. I was like, dude, you give me this trash, very good copy. I bought for $5. You give me $75. I'll take it and run and go buy something else. So I mean, most people call it unreadable, so I didn't even try. I could be wrong about that, but yeah.
Now,
And I didn't watch it, which is weird for me. But it hasn't
I
it
didn't
hasn't
watch
been
it either.
available. It hasn't been available for me to watch because it was in the theaters, and I didn't make a point of it, and I didn't get a chance for a couple of weeks, so everybody talked about it so much. But I mean, She-Hulk's coming. People already like what's going on. There's a bunch of She-Hulk spec. Every She-Hulk book, like any just good cover, is going up. Any kind of like Moon Knight, any 9.8s of any of the older series stuff is going up. And has been. So that's it. So that She-Hulk, I'm still in on. I was lucky. I just found a bunch of number ones, and I need to grade them. I don't know if there's any 9.8s. I got one 9.8 left, and I didn't, and I haven't put it for sale. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a great book. True first appearance, a relevant character, completely relevant character in today's comics and in different forms and stuff. And you got it right there. It's an homage. That's a great book. And I mean, I could see that 9.2 honestly being more than double that price. And then
do you
not
think you
that
could
distant
get that?
future.
Do you think you could get 300 raw? Because a 9.2 is going to present well. You know what I mean?
I sold a. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've sold. I auctioned probably a raw 9.2, and it went over. It went over $300.
See, that's what I'm saying. That book is cheap.
The
That went
person
cheap.
didn't. The person didn't pay,
Oh.
and I was like, you know what? I'm kind of glad because I hadn't pressed it, and I hadn't seen what I could do with the thing yet. I was just trying to draw some attention to my other auctions, and so it's not like, okay, even though that one person didn't pay, there's 20 other bidders, so it's not. And I was just screw it, I just put it back, and I just put it back. I was like, oh, it served its purpose. It draw its eyes to my auctions and stuff like that. It's one of the nice books. And I was kind of glad I didn't sell it after staring at it for a little bit. So,
Okay.
Then it says 500,000 printed of that She-Hulk.
Okay.
Maybe that's fine. I believe you.
And then he requested census numbers. Okay, for 9.2 of the She-Hulk, they're on CGC census. There's 779. There's 1,497 9.4s, 2,747 9.6s, 2,290 9.8s, and 3 9.9s in the blue label. There's a total of 10,198 graded. For Eternals, there's a total of 7,889 graded, 597 for a 9.8, 1,445 for a 9.6, and then it kind of just keeps on going down.
Dude,
from there.
The movement from one Marvel movie, a number one, but honestly not a non-key, not even maybe C level number one at best in the Eternals becomes 70. Do you say 7,800 graded copies?
7,800.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Okay, that's the power of movies, I suppose. You know what I mean? How many She-Hulks are graded? Did you have the total?
10,000.
To be honest, that's closer than I would have thought. Like, to be honest, both of them are higher than I would have thought. Not tons, especially the She-Hulk, but I thought, I don't know, but
K-Pasta, Code Red, how's it going? But yeah, I mean, and then I think CGC tends to be a bit nicer on the She-Hulk. Like, my brother had a copy signed and pressed. He had it signed by Stan Lee, and then it was missing the top staple, and it still hit a 9.4. So, which I thought was kind of interesting. Like,
wow.
But I mean, you know, this is also when Stan Lee was still alive. Like, so I don't know if it was like something to like, oh, you're using our service and all that, blah blah blah. I don't know if it was just like something like that. Like, here's a gift grade kind of situation, or I don't know.
Or the book probably presented really, really fucking well. You know,
Oh,
I mean, that's you know, that's what happens. I mean, you're missing a staple. I mean, there's something about the book that probably just outweighed that, and that happens. I mean, the shine on the book probably presented brand new. You know,
well, he had it press and clean through.
That helps.
yeah, he had it press and clean because like, they saw that there was a big potential of it with that. Yeah, so.
Now, okay, so the staple was like removed, or it just wasn't manufactured with one?
Manufacturer.
I don't know because it still had staple holes.
Ooh,
holy cow!
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so it still hit a 9.4, where, you know,
bro, somebody was drinking on the job, bro.
Hey, this is also like 3 or 4 years ago.
For 9.4.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and move on because it was pretty much a unanimous decision, and I didn't want to waste a poll on that. So let's move on to Iron Fist number 1, CGC 9.6.
Holy shit!
That sold for $600 versus a Marvel Spotlight 28 CGC 9.0 that sold for $559.
Wow.
All right. I'll give y'all a second to ponder for a second.
Huh.
3. Is it getting tougher to the side?
Mm-hmm.
That's usually how it's supposed to
This one's tough.
All right, hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1. Let's go with Carter and Red Hood.
Okay, I chose Marvel Spotlight 28 and a 9.0. I'm shocked that a 9.0 is going for $560. Wow, I'm shocked at that. I
want to buy it now, dude.
Yeah,
these are both buy it nows, and no best offers on it or anything like that.
I mean, I guess I like
that shit sold today. Wow.
Yep.
I guess somebody was really desperate for some Moon Knight. They don't have Werewolf number 32. That's the only thing that I could think of. Because if you had the first Moon Knight, would you spend that much for a 9.0?
I don't know. Maybe they think they can. I mean, it's got white pages. Maybe they think they can crack it, and that. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. I mean,
I hate to say it. Every time I see like the newer or the most current labels of CGC, anytime I see like, you know, the page color under the grade, I assume that it's already been pressed. That's just my assumption. Like with how common it is nowadays. I mean, I know it's probably not best practice to assume that, but 9 times out of 10, I'm assuming that it has been pressed or been like screened by a presser. I mean, do you think that's a safe assumption nowadays, or do you think I should still like
on the newer labors on this old stuff? I mean, I normally think it's been pressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, on any of the keys like this, So I mean, Iron Fist 1 for a 9.6. I assume it's pressed. Iron Fist. I think Iron Fist 1. To be honest, what collectors were out there, I think more likely number ones were going to be more taken care of than a non. Not that Iron Fist 1's the first appearance, but than a non number one and somebody calling it the first solo story. Like, not that there were websites, but I don't think there were any magazines being like, be on the lookout in 45 years. This will be the first Moon Knight solo story, and everybody's going to freak out. You know what I mean? But yeah. And, in the Marvel spotlights, they jumped around series. So, although they have some mega first appearances, you don't, I'm not quite sure how collectors necessarily looked at them right away, if that makes any sense. Like for all I know, they're Marvel Spotlight 5, people might have been trying to get Ghost Rider 1 because it's his number one, or Werewolf by Night number one. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's collectability for both, but it's hard to gauge what people were collecting and how they were doing it exactly at that time.
True. All right, Red Hood, our RH1 future.
Yeah.
What's up?
It's RH1, baby.
I forgot.
Just 1975, a 9.6. I mean, man. If I had to pick, if I was at a comic shop and they had these two on the wall, man, I'd go with the 9.6. I mean, high grades for bronze. I mean, they're getting tougher and tougher, man. I mean, and you got to think they're going to reboot the character, and I think there's a lot of energy on Iron Fist right now. I think there's more to come, and I understand Moon Knight. I think that's going to be a great series, not like Echo and crap, But I think Moon Knight's going to be a great series. So, like, man, it's tough. I would need to see that 9.0 up close, man. Honestly, to give a fair. To be fair,
it looks like
because if I'm going to spend $600 on a 9.0, I want to see if I can at least get it to a 9.2, and improve the investment, I mean, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, I would need to see him up close. I mean, it's kind of tough just like picking like that. I mean,
yeah. Well, the Iron Fist, it looks like there were the last couple sales of that Iron Fist were $750 and $750. Before that was $550, and then there's one sale at $1,200. But I don't know. That looks like a super outlier. That was like a $300 or $400 book at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
which surprises me also. Like if I would have saw that Iron Fist 1 for like those sales at $310, $325, $369, like I would have been like, well, shit, that's probably a pretty smart buy. And
yeah, I wonder what the census is on Iron Fist number 1. I'd be curious.
I can look that up real quick.
Yeah, because that could be a thing where not many of them are graded, but then I could be wrong. You could be like 2,000 9.8s and.
Let's see.
Yeah, and it looks like that Marvel Spotlight 28 is about the second highest that's sold at.
There's 2,361 Iron Fist 1s graded total, 34 9.8, 227 at a 9.6.
Yeah, see, that's not a lot at all.
And then, since I'm here, I might as well check Marvel Spotlight 28, just to give a fair comparison. So there's 2027 graded, 77 98s, 246 96s, and 226 90s.
226 9.0s.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, and that book's also doubled since January. Double or more. But that honestly, that doesn't really surprise me in a 9.0. What surprises me is that a 9.6 was half that price to start this year. That's the part that surprises me.
Oh wow!
Marvel Spotlight climbing, Iron Fist is not. Yeah, there's nobody clamoring for any Iron Fist these days at this moment. Although they got a new #1 coming out, there's going to be a new Iron Fist, right?
See, that's what I'm saying. There's some like heat on the title, and I don't know if that's what's driving that.
Isn't there a different Iron Fist?
Isn't it Swordmaster?
I thought it was the little girl.
I thought so too. I thought it was going to be Pi.
Yeah.
But it's going to be Swordmaster, I believe.
I think it's a dude. I've seen some covers, and it's a dude.
He's a Swordmaster's brother.
Is it?
I think it's all up in the air right now, isn't it? Okay. I mean, someone in the chat might know.
Or not know.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be Swordmaster.
The pictures I've seen of the guy on the cover don't look like a little girl. It's as much as I can help you. But hey, it's still, I don't know. It's still 2021. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what the poll ends at. Let's see. We have 52% at Iron Fist, and then 48% at Marvel Spotlight 28.
Yeah, that one's tough, man, because that 9.0 looks pretty decent at the front. I mean, to me, you don't buy that book unless you think you can get an upgrade, at a 9.0, or if you just want to collect Moon Knight. I don't know. I'm done guessing on what people do with their money nowadays.
I gotta say, with that, just like with that Eternals, I have to imagine whoever bought that looked at it and was just like, "Oh, I can bump that up." And I think whoever bought that Iron Fist,
I feel like it's more of like, "Oh, I can hold this and resell it at a later date" or something like that. I feel like it's more like that. But I mean, especially if they saw the history of what the prices used to be, and then that would be my assumption. And, I'm not the buyer, so I don't know. I mean,
you remember when Inhumans was hot and everybody thought Inhumans was going to be the shit, and then it shit the bed. They ought to do a movie, Inhumans versus Eternals, and fight to the death. I'll watch that movie.
I mean, there are Inhuman covers I'll still pick up, like the ones with Kamala Khan on it.
That's different. That's different.
Yeah, that's true too.
I traded 2 Inhuman 1s Raws for a Marvel Spotlight 2 9.2 because dude was specking on them. I kind of wanted to see what's going on with Marvel Spotlight 28 and Werewolf by Night 33, which is his second appearance, and they sell for about that price. He goes, the last few are 600, 650, 665, 645. So actually, the first solo is trending along with his second, and I actually like the cover on the second. I like the pull fight or whatever they got going on, but also that has basically doubled over the last year. Also,
ooh, that might be good future comparisons for doing Flipside origin versus second appearance.
You could, depending.
As long as they're
happen to know that Moon Knight, that Werewolf by Night 33 has been moving for years, just creeping and creeping and creeping, because nobody gave that much of a shit before. So,
all right, let's see what I have next for comparison.
Oh,
how about a Star Wars 42 CGC 9.6 that's sold for $1,100? versus a Captain America 117 8.5 first appearance of Falcon that sold for 1,043.
Game over.
I guess I just made it tough for Carter all night, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Pretty much, dude.
Damn.
Unless Anthony Mackie comes out in the green suit, bro. Like,
I was like, I know Carter usually shows up to dealer Flipside, so let me make it just tough for him, just specifically him.
Hey, I'll give you one thing. He is on Cap's left, so on your left, Cap.
On your left.
All right, hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1.
Oh shit. Okay.
All right, let's go with Carter, and I think it's Sean's turn because I think Red Hood went last.
Oh well, I can't hate on that book. I think 117 is one of the most undervalued keys that there are, but and I can't tell why. It's up there with to a degree, like Gamora or I don't know, or if you go modern, the way we sort of half forgot about X-23, even though she's well used. I don't know. I go on about different characters. I mean, honestly, the only I'm just figuring that this Star Wars 42 is like the Hulk 181 of Star Wars. Like it's sort of their big. It's the key. It's the crossover. It's all that stuff. And 9.6 is just, I mean, it's basically, I doubt it could be a 9.9 out there, but for all intents and purposes that we're talking about, it's the second highest grade you're going to get. I know there's a lot of them graded. It's just, yeah. And I mean, he's also basically still in the same costume. It's, different characters. We're all, there's from Mandalorian to actually Boba Fett, things like that. I don't think it is at all contingent, although it's helpful today, like literally today. It is helpful having the TV show that's on. This is, I really think it's super long term. I think they're both long term, but I don't think the Star Wars lore goes any further. To be honest, if I'm not selling, because that Cap is such a high grade, like if I'm not taking, years down the line necessarily into it, I would have gone with the Cap 17, but I'm sort of looking at the monetary side of this, the long-term monetary side. But just as a comic, as a Marvel collector, I mean, every comic basically, but as a collector, that 117, to have that in 8.5, I mean, I've had copies and I've never had a nice copy of that. And yeah, so I would, as a collector, I'm taking 117, but like if you as an investor, I really think I have to go with Star Wars 42. So kind of double-edged sword there for me, but both great books. I have to say that.
Yeah. Okay. If you ask me tomorrow, I'll probably say Star Wars 42. But since you're asking me today, I'm going with Captain America 117, just because I know superheroes more than I know Star Wars. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like that's my thing more than anything is superhero comics.
Bro, Boba Fett is a superhero. What the hell are you talking about?
This is a Star Wars. Star Wars is its own thing.
Yeah,
like it's just like it's its own animal, it's its own beast, it's its own economy, it's its own everything. But
they like to say they like to spend credits on it instead of money.
Mm-hmm. Or those little yeast packets that Ray got.
Oh yeah, that's your food.
Hey, dude, that made a big old ciabatta bun roll.
You know what? She sprinkled a little bit, and she got a lot out of it. So I give that props. But to come across an 8.5 Captain America 117, that seems like a big deal. Even though a 9.6 first Boba Fett, that's a big deal too. That's a huge deal. But I don't know why. Like I remember finding those Star Wars 42s just super cheap. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
I
They were
remember,
huge.
man. I remember those days. So, but I remember around the same time that I was finding those Star Wars 42s cheap, the Captain America 117s weren't. And I guess I'm thinking. I guess I'm just. I'm thinking old school. And that 8.5, I don't know. That looks good to me.
So you didn't see Boba Fett today? The show
I'll watch it probably in the morning.
in the first 5 minutes, you'd make the decision on picking Star Wars
See,
42.
that's what I'm saying. I'll probably say 42
Like in 5
tomorrow.
minutes. Like in 5 minutes, dude. Like
I'll say 42 tomorrow.
whoever sold this book today, bro. If you would have just hung on to it for a couple of more days, you could probably have gotten 1,500. I'm just
or
telling you.
or started
Like,
the dollar auction today and let it run
yeah.
for a week.
Yeah, or
Ooh.
let it end on Sunday, bro. You know what I mean? You sold
Shit,
that book way too early,
I would
man.
have let it end like Wednesday night when the second episode ends. You know,
Yeah, you know,
just to start it off a little different, or maybe like a Thursday, Friday. Yeah,
and
Sunday's probably the best, but
you know what? I can't be a hater, like, cause like that guy who sold that book, he could have paid $10 for that book, and in a high grade, and then got it graded. So he made his money, right?
yeah, yeah.
So he probably just said, you know what? My gross profit on it is like what
Way through the roof.
70% margin,
Yeah,
80%, it's like so I'm sure they made their money and they were happy with it, but man, like that's a lot of fruit hanging from that tree, dude. Like
Mm.
And yeah, I'll be honest. Like you said, Carter. I mean, all dude, I would find Star Wars 42s. I'd find Star Wars ones. I'd find Star Wars 68s, and I'd buy that
Mhm.
shit. And it was always, and I could find them in whatever condition they were in whether it's comic store or show, and never slabbed, by the way, ever. And then you find them, and then because people are like, who cares? It's Star Wars. You'd find them, put them, and grab them on, and they always sold more for eBay than I'd find them in because like the dealers wouldn't catch on, and so I'd always buy them. And when I used to run eBay auctions, I'd run a handful a year, and I'd always like run a bunch, try to draw attention to others, like 40, 50 good auctions. Some books are just in there for names. Like I'd run Ultimate Fallout 4s and like a both second, first and first print and a Pacelli together. Be happy to get like $25 because I paid like $8 and I didn't care. It was just part of the auction. You run some Spider-Man stuff. I'd find the beatest books I could, like a beat Spider-Man 300. All right, and then try to draw people to attention to my other auctions, and
mhm.
always made money on any of the Star Wars on eBay versus what I would pay for them in person, and it's just yeah, that's just not true anymore. People are paying like $30 to $50 for Star Wars One reprints, and some platforms more. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, like that's what I didn't used to pay that much for Star Wars ones. You know, find a
Right.
Star Wars one, $20,
Yeah.
$30, maybe 15, whatever. Depends on the condition. They're usually mid grade at best, and that's it. But then yeah, so Star Wars has more than become a thing again. I'm sure a lot of Star Wars fans really want to say, that it never went away because I'm sure it didn't in their lore. But this whole new comic book world, man, none of us cared about it in these Dark Horse books. Okay, Star Wars fans, they might have cared about it, but like for these to be like all these $1,000 9/8s now, like I don't think anybody saw that coming. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well,
And what makes it easier though is like the artwork on those Dark Horse books. I mean, were so good,
That's true.
and if they were like trash covers, I mean, I mean, I'm a Star Wars guy, so I'm probably going to buy it anyway. But if you look at some of these covers on these Dark Horse books, they're phenomenal. It's phenomenal art. So it it makes it a lot easier because it presents well, like in high grade too. I mean, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I'm not to be honest, I'm not finding them that often, and I don't have like this super Star Wars list that I'm always looking for. Some of the more known stuff, and then people inform me and stuff, and I see if I can get in real quick. Things like that. But I get a lot of them to press from people, and so that's what made me sort of be like hold them in my hand and be like stuff that I wouldn't have, or might not pay attention to if I saw a picture on the internet and be like, holy shit. So exactly what you're saying is right. And I've had the opportunity, unfortunately, none of them are mine, but I guess at least check them out,
Well, the funny part about Star Wars, like, so I've always been a huge Star Wars fan, like for a long time. And then when I got back into comics, I made it a point not to get into Star Wars comics because they were so cheap, which was like probably the dumbest thing I've ever done. And then like, but the funny part was like, as I started like collecting more outside of superhero stuff, I started picking up some of those Star Wars books. I'm like, okay, so I got into a lot of books for like super cheap, but then like the dumb part of me didn't buy multiple. So like when I could have bought multiples of different books, like it was just like kind of like I missed out on a great opportunity to like cash out kind of like now. But even later, because like some of these books I feel like are still cooking, that they can still definitely rise. And then, if I ever hit a rainy day, then I'm like, okay, well, I can let this go because I don't care that much, but I still want this in my collection.
Yeah,
if that makes
sense.
Yeah.
And I passed almost all of that whole Marvel run. There's sort of some of the Force Awakens stuff, like the Quesada Ray covers and things like that. If you're gonna find, okay, that's a cool character. We'll look for that. But so many of those, man, I just decided not to, not really to look for. It wasn't my thing. Like, I'll be honest, the variant whiff was the day X-Men Blue, I think number 21 came out. Stephanie Hahn's cover. Gorgeous cover, by the way. Absolutely gorgeous cover. And Thrawn 1 Matina comes out. Right?
Ooh. Those came out the same day?
The same day. And I chose poorly. Because
I remember
by the time I got those Hans back from grading, because they struck nobody, whatever I paid for them on release day, say $70, $100, I don't know. God, but you think you get a bunch of you get a handful of 9/8 back in like a month. You think you're golden, and you're like, son of a bitch. I'm not. And now what's that Thrawn, like a $1,300 9/8 or some shit?
I know what you're talking about because I remember like that old podcast with Trey K, and he said he said, I'm telling you right now that Thrawn book is going to be $100 book in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
and I went out and bought it. I went out and tried to buy it, and they were all sold out. And then I got lucky enough to find it. I'm killing myself. Like, should I have sold it at 3,600? I sold my Thrawn one for 36.
3,600. Oh, well, good shit.
Paid $1.
I definitely would have bought it for $1, but I was choosing to buy the Hans for like 70 that day.
The X-Men Blue was a good cover, though, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Discussing with these people, I take the Star Wars guy's word for it. Like, I'm not, I know what I know. Like, I know what I've seen, but the Star Wars stuff, they try to tell us about Ahsoka and about Thrawn and those are the characters that I'm listening to. 2 of them off the top of my head. All right, and so they're the ones buying. They're ready to pounce. They're developing a whole world beyond Han Solo and Princess Leia. Those characters are kind of easy for me to remember.
That Star Wars 42 is going to go nuclear. I would not.
It's already kind of nuclear though. I don't. Yeah. I doubt that there's no possible way that's a record for that.
Oh yeah, and then census numbers before we move on and before in the poll. So for Star Wars 42, there's 4,133 graded, 3,988 for a blue label. There's 199 for a 9.
Damn.
Yeah,
that was my guess.
Damn, dude. Whoever has that 99 is probably talking shit right now, man.
Yeah.
It's probably
I don't
George
blame
Lucas. So I'm just joking. But for 9.8, there's 369. 9.6s, there's 751, and then it just keeps on declining from there. For Captain America 117, there's a total of 2,693 graded, 2,392 blue labels. There's 9.8s, 37 9.6s, and then all the way down to an 8.5, there's 206.
The high on 9.6 in this year is 1,600.
Wow.
But
that is down.
No, it just that kind of looks like an outlier sale.
Okay.
It's probably in Newsy or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but there are 1,500, 1,450, 1,300. But yeah, 4th of July is 1,600. So somebody was hammered at a barbecue and was like, "Fuck it, I want this one."
Hey, like, what if CGC had Star Wars labels, man? And you know how these labels level
I don't
up
think they
the
want
book?
to pay for the license.
Well, I'm telling you, like,
that's why they have the knockoff sci-fi ones that college art students
no.
use.
Yeah,
Not just
the art student sci-fi. Who buys those, dude?
I've seen them on like random books, the most random books you could ever imagine. I mean, unless that's your friend that's doing those labels, like I don't see what the point of putting those labels on just like
that's
superhero
trash, dude.
Even then, if it's my friend, he can just give me one.
That's true too. He can give you the original.
I'm not ruining a good comic because my buddy drew a little spaceman.
Yeah, I mean, for the books that they've put it on, like it doesn't make sense to me. All right, for the poll, 65% chose the Star Wars 42. 34% chose Captain America 117.
I understand.
I mean, Chris Evans and Papa Doc, they had a great relationship, great chemistry, and so like up until that finale, I mean, that finale was like an end game on your left cap. That was fucking phenomenal. I mean, as a collector, like Sean said, I mean, I would love to have that cap at 8.5. I mean,
100%.
No. All right. How about X-Men number 4, CGC 4.0 that sold for $2,150 versus a Spider-Man Annual number 1 CGC 3.0 that sold for $2,100.
This is easy.
All right, hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1. Yep, that's what I figured. I mean, because who's not afraid of a tree though?
That's one of my favorite books ever.
Yeah.
I kept selling them, trying to upgrade, and here I am with that one again. Same old broken record, Sean.
Hey, at least you have one. Like I've been trying to get one, just to like have like to complete my like expensive keys, and then work my way down to like try to complete a run, I guess. But at this point, like I don't know if I like. I mean, this price is definitely very attractive, but compared to what I've seen, because I was shopping around at cons for one, and I saw, I think I saw a 2.0 for like 2K, and I was just like kind of, or like maybe 1,800, and I was just like kind of like, I can't justify a 2.0 or 1.8 at that price. And then when I looked at it, like someone's name was written on the back, like all this other crap, and I was just like kind of like, I'm good.
That 4.0 seems at 2,100. That seems reasonable.
Yeah,
sure. You'd think it'd be close to 1,000 a point or something like that.
Yeah,
it's not. I guess it's half that. I don't know. It's just a mega key to me.
Yeah.
So,
well,
I don't know what to say. It should be pushed more, I guess.
I'm sure it'll jump up again, like as we get closer to
absolutely
to Doctor Strange.
Absolutely,
because I mean, Scarlet's going to be a big part of that. Like, I mean, we already know it.
What did everybody else pick?
The X-Men 4.
Oh,
X-Men.
Okay.
Hey, Sean, how many of those X-Men 4s have you pressed, man?
A
lot, right?
Probably handful.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
it just I at first I never liked the book, but now it's like it's one of my favorite covers now, man. You know?
Yeah, I've always really liked this book. It's a great book. It's a nice
Well,
book.
isn't this the second cover with Magneto on it?
Yes.
I don't
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was. Yeah.
No.
Yep.
And yeah, but we get Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are both on there.
Yeah.
You know, that's some powerful stuff. We've had some decent Quicksilvers. One was better.
Very true.
Did
Alrighty.
You guys see the rumor about Deadpool making his appearance in Multiverse of Madness?
I saw that. I didn't see where it came from.
Yeah, I saw that rumor as well, and
Yeah.
I feel like Deadpool's one of those characters you can just like kind of almost throw into any movie at this point.
Right. Just walking by, like, hey.
Yeah.
Walks in, breaks the fourth wall, leaves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's sitting right next to you in the movie theater. What? All right, let's go ahead and move on to our last comparison for the night. All right, how about a Tomb of Dracula number 10,
God.
CGC 9.0 that sold for $4,161, free shipping, versus a Werewolf by Night 32 at a 7.5, a Moon Knight number 1 CGC 9.8, and a Marvel
Jesus.
Spotlight 28
What?
that sold for $4K.
What?
Mm.
Stop it. Oh.
One bid.
Wow.
Scene. Oh, that's easy.
Is
yeah,
it?
That's easy. Yeah. Yeah, that's easy. Yeah. Yeah, we got this.
We got this? All right. All right, hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, let's go with Carter and Red Hood.
Oh, okay. You got yourself a 3-for-1.
I know.
And 9 times out of 10, that was underpriced as hell. So a Moon Knight number 1 and a 9.8 plus that Marvel Spotlight 28. Like if that grades out at what, a 9, you got yourself what, $500 right there. And then the Werewolf by Night 32 and a 7.5. Oh my God, that's you're making money there. And as far as the Tomb of Dracula number 10, I got that in a 9.2. So I'm not that impressed by that 9.0. So, but that three for right there, that was underpriced, very much underpriced.
You know, I just I look at a 9.0 white pages, man, on a book that, I mean, it's coming. You know, Blade. When everybody's been waiting for it, you know, they've got a great actor playing it. I mean, man, it just. If I had to pick, I'm taking the 9.0 white pages all day long, and I know that if you break them up and then you get that Moon Knight graded and, you know, and Werewolf by Night, that one's still going up and it's a decent grade at a 7.5. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but man, I can't pass up a 9.0 white pages on that book. Fuck no, man. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think I'd buy it. Definitely the lower one. The set there for $4,000 is probably a deal. I actually thought a 7.5 was up to that or more by itself. That 9.8's been going up and up and up.
So
the Moon Knight one,
7.5s of Werewolf by Night 32 right now is around 2,800, 2,700.
That's it.
26, somewhere around there. So 25 to 28 by itself.
The Moon Knight 1 and that 9.8, that's like a $900 book by itself.
Yeah, I believe so. It's been going up. People really want it. The Sienkiewicz cover. I mean, I'd need to know a little. I probably need to know a little bit on the grade. I picked the TOD 10. Just it's the highest. It's the higher grade key there. It's a tough 9 and above on that book is tough. I've only had readers. I remember the one time I've been to Manhattan was probably shit, maybe 9 years ago or something like that. And I remember seeing a 9.8 TOD 10 on the wall for $3,000 and thinking they were crazy, right? And I went home with like I don't know, a couple of variant, just some stuff to say. Oh, hey, cool! I still have the stickers on them. I think I got a cool Detective Comics like Fish Gun Joker cover, something like that for like $30. But I was wrong back then, but so was everybody, so that's okay. Yeah, but I'd go with the TLD 10, but it's not a horrible deal down there because I think there's a
No.
lot of room in both those, especially the way that Moon Knight #1 just keeps going up. Nobody thought that was going to happen, but good lord, there's a lot of copies of that Moon Knight one out there. I think you can still find a lot of high grade copies of that Moon Knight one sitting out there.
Well, and then Moon Knight's coming so much sooner than Tomb of Dracula, or I mean, just even Blade, right? Because Blade's like the end of Phase 4, and then Moon Knight's like in a couple months, if I'm not mistaken, or is it a few months?
What after credits was Blade? Eternals?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's probably going to be a minute. I mean, Moonlight's coming sooner, but I don't, dude. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if this Moon Knight. I don't know. I like the commercial, the what little tiny bits we've seen of the Moon Knight. It seems like they're off to the right start. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, definitely. Like that little teaser we got during Disney Days or Disney Plus Days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got his fist and cape and stuff like that. And there's different versions of them. I don't know. People really like them. I think they can really hit it. That's my opinion.
Yeah. All right.
Man,
so, yeah.
I just, man, I'd love to have that Tomb of Dracula, man. 9.0 white pages.
Yeah, me too. That being a high grade and just such a key. I mean, that's the equivalent of the Moon Knight 1 and 9.8.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
It does. Yeah. I mean, it's.
Doc Joe says it probably best. Moon Knight, most overrated character of all time.
I thought you just said it was Falcon, Joe.
Which one is it? So maybe we need a Tomb of Werewolf by Night versus
the TOD. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if Oscar Isaac nails this
Falcon
character, you know, like if Oscar Isaac does his thing and he nails the character, that's going to like move these books even faster, you know, and that's the thing, man. You need these shows and these actors to like do a phenomenal job for your investment. I mean, it's like when collecting cards, right? You need them to have a great year, win the MVP or something like that. And that's the equivalent. I mean, you need these actors to nail it, you know? And if they do, that impacts your book. You know, like the Spider-Man movie, like that was a game changer, man. You know, you bring all those Spider-Men together and like that just adds so much heat to Spider-Man. Spider-Man was already on fire, dude. Like, you know, so like your investment on Spider-Man, that's protected. I mean, you're safe. But like when you have like actors like and shows coming contingent on how well a performance is, like the performance of that girl with Echo, like that didn't help that book. You know, let's see how her standalone show does, but that's pretty scary if like you're invested in Echo and you got what you got out of that Hawkeye show. Like I would be nervous.
I disagree. I kind of liked her last episode a little bit more, like just watching it, like, and I don't know, I felt more comfortable about Echo in her last episode because she had more screen time. Like you got to get to know her a little bit more, and then I don't know. It seems like I'm pretty stoked to see what happens on the Echo series itself.
Yeah, I agree, and it's just an introduction. It wasn't. The show wasn't called Echo. It was called Hawkeye. So
Exactly.
I think that they're gonna. Um, I think there's gonna be. I think there's gonna be. I don't know. I think it'll just work out a lot better. Once it's her
I hope
show,
so.
it's her
I
first
you
time
know,
ever acting. Like finding her as an actress couldn't have been. There's no way that was easy. Just being honest here, and and that's the first time out, and they're working with what they're working with, and as far as restrictions and anything that's been filmed the last couple of years have had a difficult time of it, and so I think I don't know, I have a lot more, hope, and it wasn't her that I needed to see become this, come heavy out of that show. It was more Kate Bishop that I need to see come heavy out of that show, and I thought I did. I mean, Yelena obviously did a great job. Um, or everybody seemed to have consensus wise thought she did a great job in Black Widow, and then did a great job again. And so that wasn't surprising. We all knew we were getting out of Hawkeye himself, Jeremy Renner, and yeah. So I got what I needed out of that,
what
and
about Kingpin?
I mean, yeah, that dude's. Thank God they kept him. How did you after if any Marvel fans that watched Daredevil, like replacing that dude would have been impossible.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
if it was 8 years ago or 12 years ago, yeah, okay, but it wasn't. It was like 3 years ago. So
well, one thing I did like about the actress that played Echo was that when you see her leg, that's the prosthetic leg, you can actually kind of see that she tried using it. Like she didn't make it mobile like a normal person. Like she made it look like stiff, like a person with a prosthetic leg would have on like some of her action movements and stuff like that.
mhm.
So I mean that was one thing I was impressed with.
See, now you guys are making me feel like an asshole because she's got a prosthetic leg and she's hearing impaired. Like you're making it seem like I'm picking on a handicapped person, So
Hey, you said it,
kiss
not
my
us.
ass, Aaron. Like I get it, but I'm just saying, like, it would make me nervous once again, based on her. And I get the show was called Hawkeye. I get it. It would make me nervous on the brief screen time that I got from her. It would make me nervous. Does that make sense? I won't just go off and say Echo sucks. Okay, like I've kind of toned it down a little bit, but like based on what I saw, like that would make me nervous.
All right, so moving on. I want to give a big shout out to Bird City Comics. Make sure to hit them up on their website. Give them a follow on Instagram. Because they're always throwing out that fire, such as this Stray Dogs Dog Days issue 2, which features this character first cover. And then they also have a restock of their Stray Dogs #1, which is a Goosebumps homage. And they brought some books in from Canada for Stray Dogs Dog Days.
Oh, that one's pretty cool.
#1. Yep, available on their website. Make sure you sign up for their message service so you don't miss out any of their notifications and all that. And Laura will join back with us at some point in time to host Dealer Flipside, so I can do all the backstage stuff.
Dude, I think crypto books are gonna go up. That doggy, the one that The Rock is playing.
Oh, really?
Dude, I think everybody likes dogs, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody likes doggies.
Well, there's also the I mean, I haven't heard much about it.
This is my stray dog right here.
The
This is
Animal
Chewy.
Castle, right? A lot of people are hyped on that.
Chewy.
Chewy, man. Doesn't he look like a
Animal
Wookiee?
Castle, yeah.
All right, so where can we catch everyone next?
Whatnot or Tales from the Flipside. So that's it. Look at Big Leg Instagram. I'll keep that updated. If you follow on Whatnot, at Big Leg, at Red Hood, at or eat Red Hood comics, but Easy. So that's yeah, been having fun selling over there, and try to put on some entertaining stuff while moving on to some books. Otherwise, yeah, we just do Tales from Flipside on Monday night. This channel, you've obviously found it already.
And thank you for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to be trolling people's YouTube channels and talking shit about their spec.
And then using that spec
on this channel.
Right?
Yeah, and don't get me confused with there's somebody else using my name, J1 Future, like not to be confused. Like I'm really going to come at you.
And you'll catch me. I'm doing. Oh, I just did a toy chest video. Woo!
Oh, a Christmas one.
Oh, that shit was fire! Woo! I'm still smoking from that one. But I just went digging yesterday, and I just went digging today. I just got home from digging. I just got home, but I dug, and we should have a haul very soon within the next few days, maybe even tomorrow. Who knows?
Me and Aaron were talking about going to your city and digging, dude, because like you just pull gold out of that place, man.
But I don't know, because I mean, because Carter always says there's like at least 2 other good like diggers out there that are just like pulling out like gold.
It's at least a handful, at least.
So do y'all like see each other at the shop and motherfucker?
Like, no, yeah. You'll hear Nico being like, "Oh, Carter, look what you left behind," or Carter will be like, "Well, George, look what you left behind."
Yeah, I don't appreciate that shit. Like when I leave a store, I'm like, I left it. I want to leave it behind. I don't want to hear what the fuck I left.
It's like I can't buy everything from the store, right?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Damn. Let me live. Let me breathe. Shit.
It's like, hey, I'm only looking for a certain section of this collection, to add to my collection, right?
Yeah.
Like, when you have like something in mind, you kind of project that out there in the world, and if you don't find it, you kind of like it kind of disappoints you, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna move on to my next sweet spot, right? Mm-hmm. That's kind of how I dig. Like, where it's like
after all these years, I still don't get tired of digging, man. I get tired, but I don't get tired of digging, man, because of the chances of scoring or like, because there's a lot of lazy collectors out there, man, that don't want to get down and dirty and dig and say. There's many times like, man, I'm fucking tired. Fuck it, I'm going to $1 books. Fuck it.
Well, that's why I love living in a big city, because like I know what parts of sections of what people like pull out. So then if I'm looking for a certain indie book, I know which store to go to. If I'm looking for Marvel, second prints, third prints, whatever, then I know this store is the one to hit. And then there's still like stores I haven't been to yet. And there's stores I avoid because they're like way over like eBay price. And it's like kind of like, how are they still in business?
Like when you're at a con and you're just going like this, and you're like on the second box or something of a dealer, and you got your backpack on, and you've already got pulled out like 4 or 5 books you're gonna buy. You're all, oh shit! Take off your backpack. Put it down at your feet. And you're like, let's go. Right, just moving this over. You see someone coming this way, you're just like,
fuck off.
Go around, dude. Sorry. Go around.
I got this whole section right here. Fuck off.
Well, have you ever been somewhere where you're digging through a long box and then like there's someone like right next to you and then they start trying to come up like behind you? Like, has anyone ever tried doing that to y'all?
That's where you act like you have COVID-19, bro.
Well, it's easy being Asian and coughing, so all right. Yeah. But apologies for not wearing a suit. I'm on vacation from work, so I felt like I wasn't even gonna put on. If I'm not dressing up for my house, why am I gonna dress up for the podcast? But yeah. But make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back on tomorrow with part 2 of pickups from people that didn't go last week. So anyone that that's on the team that has like some pretty cool like Christmas gifts, whatever they want to share, or just pickups that they've done throughout the year, come on and join us. We'll be on probably around the same time, and then we have some pretty big stuff planned for New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I forget which one it is, but yeah.
Just gonna be on. Flipside is gonna be live a lot, the 31st and 1st.
Yeah.
So sign up for notifications. I don't know who's gonna be in and on and out of channels, in and out of whatnot. God knows. So
yeah, it's gonna be a busy weekend for probably a lot of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Y'all take it easy and have a good night.